Hello, YouTube. This is the Gemini speaker doing a commentary about the whole Dr. Umar Johnson versus Roland Martin segment on News One Now, which, to be honest with you, was completely disrespectful, was vile, and totally unprofessional. It was kind of an ambush to stain Dr. Umar Johnson's name. And because the whole thing was related with his appearance at the Breakfast Club, where he clearly stated that he has major issue with interracial relationship because he said he wants the people to be he wants black men to stay with black women in order to rebuild the black family structure in these days and age. We're being constantly attacked by white supremacy because and that's why I completely understand Dr. Umar Johnson's point of view about the interracial relationship. And and also there were during the whole segment they were attacking his credential. I mean, just because he didn't went to a well-known school, whether Harvard, Yale, Columbia, or UCLA or something, doesn't mean the guy is not worthy to be a child psychologist. And I thought it was completely disingenuous. No, don't get me wrong. It's not Roland Martin. There's a lot of people who viciously attack Dr. Umar Johnson credential, and I think it's unfair. So and so and also, Dr. Johnson completely clarify uh, the, about its link with Frederick Douglass when he said that he's a descendant to a cousin of not Franklin, my bad, Frederick Douglass, not the man itself. So he clarified the whole thing. Excuse me. But when it comes to the panel, I thought the panel was particularly disrespectful, disingenuous, and coonish, with the exception of Scott Bolden, which I thought was remained throughout the exchange diplomatic and professional. I give props to that person, but the other two, Lauren Victoria Burke, the lady with the Jerry curl, and Eugene Craig, these two were vile, vicious in their attacks towards Dr. Umar, and at one point, Eugene Craig called Umar a liar for saying something that is pretty true, and Dr. Umar, in response, he called Eugene Craig a coon, which he is because you don't call a liar when you tell when to someone when the guy was telling the truth. This is completely disingenuous. So, and after Dr. Umar called Eugene Craig a coon, he intervened, saying that we should not use the C word in a panel of discussion. But how come he didn't say a word. He didn't correct Eugene Greb by calling you Dr. Umar a liar. So I thought it was disingenuous, and it gave further proof that the whole thing was a was an ambush to completely discredit Dr. Umar Johnson. So this is for me. After watching the whole thing, I lost respect for Roland Martin, and I believe now that he's doing this in order to go back in good grace with CNN and NBC to the whole mainstream media. But I don't think they're gonna ever hire him again, in my opinion. So I lost respect to him. For me, he's a coon, like the other two, Eugene Craig and Victoria Burke. So I stand with Dr. Umar Johnson on this one because he stood tall. He he well handled the whole situation with class, and we should stand behind him. Even though I may disagree with him on many issues he's saying, but I stand with him on this one because there's no way anyone should disrespect Dr. Umar Johnson. Anyone should disrespect a guest because you're inviting him for an interview. You should interview him with class, with dignity, not with that kind of bullshit I just saw. This is all I got to say. So feel free to comment and see you on the next video.